Good morning, beautiful people. It's Friday the 25th of May 2018. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk. I'm jumping a month there because, of course, it's nearly June, isn't it? When is it June? On Monday? Is it Monday? Oh, no, it's next week, isn't it? Next week is June, because I'm going to be off on Monday the 4th of June, incidentally. Those of you that come along to the karaoke, it'll be probably Wayne filling in for me that day. My niece is coming down and they're going to Legoland for a couple of days, so I'm looking forward to spending some time with them. But that not the bank holiday one, that's the one after, okay? So Monday the 3rd of June, I won't be down Central Station for our karaoke. But of course, we are there tonight, gang. If you're in the North London area tonight, it's Friday night karaoke. Look, I've got a little photo on there as well now. Hosted by yours truly at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, London. That's the karaoke tonight in London, gang, okay? All right, hope you're well. So yesterday, after my swim, I went into town. Paid the rest of... I spent an absolute fortune yesterday. Mind you, I've been saving it up, you see. I paid for the rest of my holiday. I had a holiday in Vegas. Then I popped into the bank and the poisoned dwarf was sitting there at her computer. Now, she's gone back down again. For a while, she became all happy and smiling and saying hello as people gone in the door. Now, I think someone said something to her. This is the poison dwarf who sits at the entrance desk to the bank that I use in Bracknell. And she sits there, usually, with her glasses on, looking as miserable as sin. And she's the only one who looks miserable in there. All the others are sort of reasonable. There's an old bloke. I say old. I don't think he's as old as me, actually. There's an older bloke in there who's got grey hair. I think he's a bit hard of hearing. He don't say. He's a bit of a non-personality. He's probably very, very good as a member of the bank. But outside of the bank, I don't think he's got much of a life. That's how he comes across. You know what I mean? And he's very... You can't have a jovial conversation with him. You know, it's like, there's your money, put that in. Is there anything else that can help you, sir? No, not unless you want to give us £1 million. Right, okay then, sir, thanks very much. He's a bit like that. So there's him in there. There's a tall lady with glasses who's a delight. She's always nice and friendly and helpful. There's another lady who works behind... I don't know any of their names, actually. I should find out their names. There's another lady over there who's always quite chatty. And once, I give her a cheque once for 300 quid, and she typed in, somehow, she made the mistake, £300,000. Anyway... I better go over here, because people are watching. I left it in the account for a couple of days. You know, no one noticed it. No one noticed. And there it was sitting in my account. £300,000. I'd only put a cheque for 30 quid in, or 300, I can't remember what it was now. 300,000. And I left it. And I thought, I don't know what to do about this. And the guilt got to me. I couldn't stand it. The guilt, I'm not a deceitful person. The guilt got to me. And I had to go down the bank. I said, look, all right, love. And no one had contacted me. I think I'd left it there for about 4 days, after which I had to go into the bank and confess all. Not that it was my fault. Weren't my fault. I never typed in the numbers. She'd obviously put in the wrong figure. Anyway, I waited until it got to her, sort of before, you go in front of me. You know, because I wanted to speak to her. Because I didn't want her to get into trouble. I don't want to get people into trouble. So I waited until her little cubicle, what is it called? You know, her position, her desk became free. And then I'm saying to people, you go in front of me, I'm waiting for that lady there. You go in front of me, I'm waiting for that lady there. And then she came up. And I went away. All right, love. I said, I gave you a cheque last week. She said, yes, I remember. I said, I think you put in the wrong amount. I said, £300,000 has appeared in my account. Oh, right. She said, okay, I'll just go and check. Can I have your account details? So I gave you account details and went home. And she says, right, I've done all that for you. Sorry about that, Mr. Reardon. Oh, right. Okay, so that's all done now, is it? Yeah. Yeah, thanks for letting us know about that. Can't understand it. We didn't pick it up on the nightly check. They do some sort of nightly check, I suppose, they add up what's come out and what's gone in and match it all up. I don't know how it works. I've never worked in a bank before. And that was it. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll get, 50 quid in the post. Nothing. Never even mentioned again. So, quite honestly, I wish I'd never told him now. But I rang up my cousin. And my cousin works I've got a couple of cousins who are very high up in banks. They get so much money for those jobs. I mean, 10 times of the money I'm on. But they work damn hard hours, and one of them don't even like his job. I mean, he's on an absolute fortune. He's got a great big mansion and always having bits built on the edge of it in Scotland somewhere. And he flies all over all over the world to different departments of his bank. I think it's Barclays. I'm not sure which one. And as I say, they get shed loads of money. But he hates his job. Absolutely hates it. What's the point of that? What's the point of having all that money if you're not enjoying what you're doing? Nah. You're better off finding a good job. But I never got no... And he said, no, you should really tell them if they've made a mistake like that, best to tell them, whatever you do, don't spend the money. So, of course, I didn't. But I left it there for a few days. I thought, well, OK, so I didn't get 50 quid or anything like that. Maybe I'll get a bit of interest. No, nothing. Nothing. Not a thank you letter for telling us. Nothing at all. So I won't do that again. I'll just keep it. 300,000, but it was said on my back. I've never had £300,000 in that bank. Never. Never mind. That's the way it goes. So that was my trip to the bank. As I say, the poison dwarf was sitting in there. Never sort of noticed as I came in the door or didn't say good morning, sir, or anything like that. You see, I'm a great believer in customer service. Now, the Americans have got customer service down to a T. You go in a store and they are licking your feet trying to get your money out of you. And that's, I think, how it should be. That's how it should be. Not in this country. Customer service in this country is dire, especially if you're going somewhere like Curry's or something like that. Absolutely dire. John Lewis have got it sussed out. Harrods have got it sussed out. Selfridges know what to do. I've not been in Harvey Nichols or any of the big department stores. Big department stores all over the country would include John Lewis. They know what they're doing. Their customer service is very good. But chain stores like Boots, as I say, Curry's, Sainsbury's, definitely, but they're just not interested in customer services. The Americans can do it, and they do it very well, offering all sorts of, 10% off here and this off here, to try and get your customer, and they do. They know what they're doing. But the poison dwarf was at the bank yesterday, as always, sitting in her position, not noticing anything going on around her, tapping on the computer. I walked in, no good morning, sir, how are you today? Nothing. And she has done that a couple of times recently over the last few weeks. Yesterday, back to her usual miserable self. And it's not like it was close to closing time. This would have been about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So she can only have been there a couple of hours. Maybe she needs a little bacon sandwich or something like that to keep her going. Huh? Miserable cow. Anyway, so that was that. Then I went to Maplin's. That's about to close. I don't know what we're going to do without Maplin's. Any wires, any little electrical plugs or any audio stuff, you're going to have to order it all online now, aren't you? Maplin's was, it's expensive. It was all, I don't know if you've got one wherever you are in the world, but they sell little electrical things. You could buy a drone in there, bits for your computer, wires, plugs and sockets, cheaper end of the DJ equipment, computer parts. You could get all that in there. Although it was expensive, it was always cheaper to buy it online. The point is, if you wanted something quick, you could jump on your bike, go down to Maplin's, spend a tenner on a cable, and you've got it. We're not going to be able to do that now. Maplin's is gone, to be replaced by nothing. Nothing. There is nowhere in town that I know of that sells stuff like what Maplin's do. You might go to, Curry's and get get a wire or something like a HDMI. Oh, by the way, HDMI cables. Never ever be fooled into buying one for 400 quid or something like that. I kid you not. Currys, not 400 quid, but Currys sell HDMI gold cables for 60, 70, 80 pounds. Do not buy one. You do not need them. Do not believe all the bull that the Currys employees tell you that a gold cable will make your picture so much better. You will not be able to see that with the human eye or hear any difference quality in picture or sound. You just need the most basic HDMI cable, 2, 3, 4 pounds. You do not need to be spending 60, 70, 80 quid on a gold cable. Honestly, please never ever buy cables that are more than 10 quid. Really, you are wasting your money. It makes no difference to you watching that telly, whether you're using a gold cable or a box standard metal thing. They're all exactly, that's one of the biggest cons going, that is, that you need gold cables for televisions. Please believe me, I've done audio and video for years and years and years, and please believe that, otherwise you're wasting your money. So I went to Mutlin's, I bought a couple of bits and pieces in there. No, I didn't need anything. I thought I'd just get a couple of spare cables and things like that, and instead of being like 12 quid, they were £3 or something like that. Then I went to Morrison's, and I've started buying quite a lot of my stuff from Morrison's now. They seem to be quite cheap. And one of the things I get in there is corn steaks. I've said to you before, corn steaks in there, £2.50, Sainsbury's £2.75, Waitrose £3.20. Now, I wrote to Waitrose, and I was quite surprised about the reply was very blasé about, you know, the fact that Morrison's do these corn steaks for £2.50. Why do you charge £3.20? Would you like to match the price a little bit more? I mean, I don't expect it to be £2.50, but sort of £2.70, £2.80, £3.20 is a big jump from £2.50, don't you think? And it was very blasé, you know, didn't really answer me at all in the email. I was very disappointed by the email. Certainly the price didn't move back downwards again. So there we are. So I buy all that sort of stuff from Morrison's. But last week I went in, and you may remember I said the corn cubes in the freezer cabinet, they were on special offer, £1. £1. Most stores sell those for £2. Aldi do them for £1.49. Morrison's, last week they were £1. So I went over to the cabinet and I saw what I thought was the label. It says 1.69 crossed out £1 or whatever it said on there. So I bought like 15 of them in the basket, gone to the till, it's coming up £1.69 or £1.99, I can't remember now. And I thought to myself, it must come off at the end, you know, because some stores, you put these special offers through on the self-service checkout thing, and it doesn't show up right until the very end when you get the printout, and it might say, I don't know, £42 minus £11 discount is £31. Did you see how quickly I did my maths in my head then? Maths. Not math. Math. Not math. Maths. With an S, dear. We are not an American state. Or sums. Did you see how quickly I did the sums in my head? Yeah, exactly. So I said to the woman, I said, excuse me, I said, there's a sign over there. It says they're £1 a bag. She said, oh, OK, I'll go and check. So she took a bag over with her. And she come back, oh, they've changed the product, haven't they? Instead of being the corn cubes at £1, they've now made it the corn mince £1. I didn't read the label properly. So she said, do you want them or not? I said, no, not that price, dear. Take them back. Right? So then she had to remove them from my my self-checkout thing. So with 15 of them, right? She had to do them one at a time. Oh, Christ. So you're sitting there, so she got that key thing, you know that little, or was it a card? I can't remember. So she swipes her card, don't she? And then she types in, because she has to scroll up to the corn cubes, delete, delete, and then it waits, and it goes, and it disappeared. 15 times she had to do that. That teach me for not reading the labels properly, wouldn't it? Huh? How dare they change it like that at the last minute? So I didn't buy those in there. See, I'm not going to pay £1.99 for them if they're £1.49 in Aldi, am I? The only reason I was buying them in there because they were last week, they were £1. I only bought 6. I've already used 3 of those. Never mind. So I did that. Now, remember yesterday, I said to you I was going to try and set up a text number because I know there's a couple of you that watch this show on a television, on YouTube, and you can't join in with the conversation. Like, people are sending messages now, which I'll read out for you in a moment or two, boys and girls. Okay, don't worry, I can see the messages. Sometimes people say, why aren't you reading my messages out? Well, if I just sat here reading messages out, there would be no show. You know, if you go on Periscope or a lot of the other Facebook Lives, you've got bods sitting there literally just looking at a camera like that, waiting for a message to come out, which they then read out. Where's the entertainment value in that? I just don't get it. I had a little look around on Periscope last night. There you are, you know, you got some of the lads on there, you know, giving it all, I'm a man and all this business. And you got the girls on there, literally with her breasts almost completely hanging out from her bra, laying provocatively on a bed, waiting for compliments from fellas. Oh, thanks very much. Oh, you're really hot. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks very much. And then they adjust themselves a bit more and show a bit more flesh. Well, that's not what it's about to me. That's it. This whole thing is about having a conversation, you know? So I do see your messages and I get back to that and I read out the interesting ones a little bit later on. By the way, if you want to call in today, I'm going to open the phone line in a minute. Okay? Now, some people don't like the phone lines being opened. They find, as I do, a lot of the callers are sometimes extremely boring. We have had boring callers. No names mentioned. Absolutely no names mentioned. But sometimes it's difficult, and you'll hear, you know, if we get a boring caller, you won't need me to tell you. So all I ask is that if you're going to call in, be interested. One of the most interesting people we've had recently is the delightful Angela in Melbourne, Australia, who I see is with us today. So maybe she'll call in. But on the other hand, it's very expensive. Very, very expensive. Okay? Going back to the phone. So I've got this old iPhone. I think it's a 5. It don't say on it. You know, all this stuff, they always, manufacturers, they put their name and never the model, do they? So I think this is a 5. This is my sister's old one, right? So I thought I'll buy a pay-as-you-go SIM, which has cost me £1. Okay, £1, and I think I was going to put some money on it. So there's the pay-as-you-go SIM. So I went to 3, which is I'm on the 3 network. So I went to 3, and I bought this SIM for £1, and I put it in the phone, and I thought, oh, that's well and good. I did this at my mate's house actually. Then I got back here, turned it on, and of course it's locked, isn't it, to Vodafone. So I can't use that one. I've got to go now to waste of money. That was a waste of £1. £1, dear! £1! I've wasted £1! I haven't slept all night worrying about that one, I'm telling you now. I do hate wasting money. So, I mean, I could get it unlocked, but you know, it's blooming easier to just go up to the supermarket and get a Vodafone SIM card. So sorry about that. I hope to have that all set up. So those of you that watch, I know Maureen, lovely, lovely Maureen, watches the show live sometimes now on her television at home because they've all got apps now. Got apps, haven't you, on phones? So you can just type it. I don't know how she finds me on there, but you just click on the YouTube app and the show comes on, whether it's live or recorded. But of course she can't join in because she's not got a computer. So she can't type messages to me like so many of you kind, lovely people are doing so at the moment. But she would be able to text. So I've got this phone. I've got this old phone. I'll go and get a Vodafone credit card. What are they called? Credit card? SIM card. I'll get a Vodafone SIM card, plug that in there, and I'll see if I can set that up possibly this afternoon even. And then once that's up and running, I'll let you know and you'll be able to text into the show. But it'll only be working on this old phone here and only while the show is on air. So you wouldn't be able to like text. You know, once the show's finished, that's it. Sometimes people often try sending messages or calling when the phone lines are open, when the show's not on. I'm afraid it's closed then. There's like buttons I click and it just goes off and then you go to an answer phone. All right, so sorry about that. I did try that yesterday and set that thing up, but unfortunately the phone is locked. Right, let's read some of your messages out this morning. Who got the first one in today? Let's just scroll right back there. I've got Mark Jones on there, but I don't think he was the first one. There we go. Ray Reynolds. Good morning, Ray Reynolds. Still recovering after his disastrous result at the quiz night on Wednesday, wasn't it, Ray? Didn't win again. I think that's 2 times in a row that you haven't won, dear. 2. They came second out of 2. Good morning, Ray. Never mind. Maybe next time. Maybe this time. Good morning to Adam the plumber, who's celebrating his 46th, I think it's 46th birthday tonight at Central Station. If you're coming along tonight to the karaoke, here it is again. Karaoke tonight at Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. It's Adam the plumber's birthday tonight, so he's coming down there to celebrate that, I think, at some point this evening. Starts at 8:30 and finishes at midnight, okay? Morning, Mark Jones. Good morning. Who's just on the bus. There he is. We're on the computer now. Just on the bus on the way home from work. Have you been working all night, have you? Oh, you poor thing. Nothing wrong with work. It's a nice time of the day to work night. There's usually no one around and no bosses. Because all the bosses often leave you alone at night, don't they? When I used to do radio in London, I was on a station called Liberty Radio in London. I was doing it overnight. 2 till 6:30 a.m. it was. And there were no bosses up. There was only me in the studio. That was it. No one in the whole building other than me. It was lovely. Morning, Angela. Did I see your video on your gay pride post? No, I haven't seen that. I got a picture of you. No, a picture of you in a car, something to do with the royal wedding and something else. I don't remember seeing going for a tunnel. Don't remember seeing that. Good morning, Kim. Morning, Kim. Childers Jason is with us. Good morning, Childers. Very well this morning, and nice to see you, sir. Alan Russell is sending out jokes this morning. Good morning, Alan. Mike Contini. Morning, Mike. Diane Jebb. Danny Gibbs is there. Good morning, my child. Danny's going to be baptised again. Danny's going to be baptised again into his religion. He's Christian. I'm not quite sure what branch of Christianity it is. What is the branch of your church? Because Christianity has many, many different branches. You've got the Catholic, of course, Church of England, Methodist, Baptists. Is it Baptists? Don't know what it is. I know it's the what arm are you going to kind of be baptised under? All right. Good morning to David Berg. Morning. Brendan Richards is there. Good morning to you, sir. Transferred out and got on a plane. I know what you mean. Terrible, isn't it? Morning, Mark Cording. Morning. Name, no name. Someone was on the TV the other day. Oh, yes, that's right, Mark. Frightening, wasn't it? Good morning to Ashley Russell. Good morning, Ashley. I like that picture of you and Scott there. It's nice, that. Good morning, Ben Parker. Maybe not gold cable, but quality screen cables are needed for 4K UHD as it's longer if it's longer than 3 metres. Perhaps so, yes, perhaps so. But you don't need gold cable. They're selling cables, Ben, for 80 quid in Curry's. Ridiculous. Good morning to the lovely Isaac. Good morning to you and God bless you as well, sir. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Isaac. Many, many years since I see you. I remember your fantastic voice coming to sing for us at Belushi's in Hammersmith. They were wonderful days. Do you know, it's at least, I think that's about 5 or 6 years ago now, Belushi's Hammersmith, isn't it? Where's the time go? I keep saying this to people. Where's the time go? We're 5 months now since Christmas. 5 months since Christmas. Start saving up for the next one. All right? Ashley did a similar thing in Tesco's. Did you pick up something you thought was a special offer? Because I'm good at that. I'm good at picking up something. If I see something a special offer, then I buy loads. Baked beans. Baked beans. I buy tons of baked beans if they're on special offer. They've only got to be reduced 25p. Although Sainsbury's tried one on the other day on me. Oh, yes, dear. Oh, yes. So, they had 4 cans of baked beans. £2.25. Now, that's expensive, right? And I tell you why. Waitrose, these are Branston baked beans. Waitrose, normal price for 4 tins of Branston baked beans, £2. Asda, same thing, £1.50. Morrison's, same thing, £1.75. So when I was in Sainsbury's, and I thought, that's a bit odd, £2.25 for 4 tins of Branston baked beans. And then next to them, right, special offer, or so it said, Single cans of baked beans, 50 pence. Now, what's 4 of those? £2. Don't give me that crap special offer my foot. You've put the cans of 4 up by 25 pence. Cheeky bastards. So you need to watch out for those. Don't think because it's a big supermarket, oh, friendly, hello, welcome to whoever. Don't think that they're not trying to con you, because they do. They put the tins of 4 up 25 pence, making it look like the single tins were on special offer. Don't think I didn't notice that, sunshine. Back down to Waitrose. Thank you very much. Good morning to Tom Gully. Morning, Tom, who says, boring, what, me? No, not you, Tom. You've never called in. You've never called in, Tom. How can I know if you're boring or not? You'll have to call in, Tom. He says, boring, me? The key is to get straight to the point. Don't mess about and try and be done within 3 to 5 minutes. I totally agree with you, Tom. Maybe we should set a time limit to callers, of just 5 minutes. What do you reckon? But some people, they ring up and they're like, oh, hello, how are you? I'm okay, thank you. And then there's silence. Well, why are you calling in? Oh, well, I just wanted to say hello. Right. And then there's silence. And then there's just nothing. There's nothing. You need to have a reason to call in. Do you ring up someone? Do you ring up your family? If you're lucky enough, and believe me, you're lucky if you've still got your mum and dad on this planet. I haven't. And it's just awful. It's awful. If you're lucky enough to still have your mum and dad on this planet. Do you ring up, hello, mum? And she says, hello. Is there silence then because you've got nothing to say to her? No! So if you're going to ring in, have a reason to ring in. Maybe tell us. It doesn't have to be necessarily something that we're talking about. Anything, really. Anything. Something that you've been doing. Oh, Chris, I just wanted to tell you what I've been doing today. And that's it, Don't go into full detail, Well, I got up at 8 o'clock. First thing I did was sit on the toilet for 20 minutes. We're not really interested in that. Although I've got a very interesting story today about farting. Yes, people that have a problem with wind. I've had that once or twice myself. Mike, I watch you on YouTube and message you on my phone. Okay, so you do that. Yeah, but unfortunately, cut a bit Maureen, but this is really for Maureen, I'll be honest with you, because she can't join in. She may well be watching this at the moment live, and she can't join in, unfortunately. She doesn't have internet. She doesn't have the Facebook or anything like that, so she can't use that. So I'm kind of setting it up for her and possibly anyone else that might be just watching on the YouTube. Good morning to Roxy. Morning, Roxy, who's working with... Ben's working with Fanny Burns at the Roebuck. I don't know who that is. Don't know who Fanny Burns is. And where is the Roebuck? Is that the one in Reading? Might be in Reading, I think. Good. Let's have a look there. Just watching. Mark's going to a Rolling Stones concert. Oh dear. Am I looking pixelated? Are you sure it's not at your end, Ben? Often people say, oh, it's all going wrong. I can't see you properly. And they're the only ones. So the other ones say yes. Ashley, I'm off, dear. My first delivery. Have a nice time. Sure, Tom. Oh, yes. You did calling over Skype on the 10th of May. Now, how many shows was that ago, Tom? How many shows was that ago? I'm sure you pressed a rose into the pages of your diary for the day to commemorate it on the 10th of May. Is that right? I'll open the phone line and just let me do these messages and I'll open it, okay? Good morning, Joanna, over on the YouTube. The lovely Claire's at Claire. Were you with us at the end of the show? I did have a message for you yesterday, Claire, from me, and I can't remember what it was now, but I think you might have gone by the time we finished a show yesterday. Claire went to an amazing funeral yesterday. My cousin's husband, Dean, he had an escort. What, on his... I beg your... I need to read ahead, don't I? He had an escort of bike riders round the hearse as it drove to the crematorium. Wonderful sight. Oh, was he one of the... obviously a biker. That's great, isn't it? That's great. I always... I had a couple of ideas in my head for my funeral, which hopefully won't be for at least 500 years' time, where I would have drag queens. I'd like Titty LeCamp, Millie Turner, and who's the other one there? There was another one. Mitzi McIntosh. three drag queens. No, not Mitzi. No disrespect. No, it wasn't Mitzi Massacres. It was Nikki Vixen, Titty LeCamp, Nikki Vixen, and Millie Turner. And I just like them to do something around my coffin. I quite like that. And then for me to be carried out on the way back, to the tune, to a Disney tune. Now, what was the Disney tune? It's a piece of music that they use or used to use at the castle, Disney Castle. Can I see if I can find this? Now, where am I going to have that? Music. Let's try it on music. I don't know where this is. Castle. Let's type in something to do with castle. Hang on a minute. Castle. No, not castle. Ooh, Disney. 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 Dream Along with Mickey. Ooh, Dream Along with Under the Sea. Electrical. Could be this one. Yeah, this is the one. Yep, this is the one. I think this is the one, right? Right, hang on a minute. I've got to find it. Right, here it is. Right, hang on. I've got to find it. I'll play you the bit of music. Right. So the funeral was finished. The girls, the three girls, Millie Turner, Titty LeCamp, and Nikki Vixen, I've done a little show around, and then they start running around my coffin with pom-poms like that, something like pom-poms, and then they pick up the coffin and take me out with this piece of music. And everyone's waving and looking happy. What do you reckon? And there's lights flashing, and everyone's clapping and smiling and is happy, and no one is crying. And it goes on a bit. No one is unhappy. Everyone is smiling and clapping at happy, except for my best mate, who is now totally and utterly devastated that I've left. It's called Dream Along with Mickey, that piece of music, and it appears at the end of, I think, the Castle show. There's a show they do around the castle in Florida. I think that's the show there. Okay? Not It's a Small World, although that is my favourite ride at Disney. It's a Small World. La da 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 da. I love that. They've just painted that in Euro Disney. It's all been painted up, isn't it? Not When You Wish Upon a Star. Oh, no, that's boring, Ben. That's a depressing one, that is. Everyone start crying. No! We want happiness, dear. We want happiness. Joanna says, on the subject of the funeral there, they held up all the traffic in West London yesterday lunchtime. Service was beautiful. His daughter sang. What did she sing? And his son, who is blind, was one of the pallbearers. How lovely. Oh, how lovely. That's nice, isn't it? Good morning, Paul. Morning to you, Paul. Joanna says she's just rambling. You ramble as much. I'm not known for rambling myself, to be honest. I like to talk properly. No rambling. Claire says we had a bit of rock music to finish the service and everyone clapped in unison all the way through, then got up and filed past the coffin. That's nice. That's nice, isn't it? We want happy things like that. Okay, there we go. There's the phone line. That's open now. Once again, I'm sorry you can't text in. I was hoping you'd be able to text in this morning, but that's not the case because the phone's locked to Vodafone. So I've got to find another little card there. 020-8144-3477 if you want to call in at any point this morning. If you don't want to call in, that's fine as well. Don't feel you need to pick up, oh, he's struggling. I'm never struggling for something to say. But if you want to, the option's there. We don't often open the phone line anymore because people are boring when they ring up. But if you want to, 020-8144-3477 is our local London number. There's Skype as well. If you have Skype, you can Skype in. The Skype in is all one word, United Kingdom Talk. United Kingdom Talk or 0208 144 3477. Ben, if you had drag queens filing around the coffin, you should have the mainstream electrical parade theme, which I also have, Ben. I'm not keen on that one. It's not up enough, if you see what I mean. That's a nice up one, that one. Claire says she sang The Arms of an Angel. Is it da 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 da? That's a bit, yeah. So of course, suitable for a wedding, but sorry, a funeral. But a bit of a depressing song that is. What are you singing tonight, Claire? Are we going to be entertained with Young Hearts Run Free Again? I wonder, please. Or it's up to you what you want to sing. I know I can understand you might get bored singing the same things all the time, but some people don't they? God, better tell you this. Some people, they've been coming to karaoke for years and years and they sing the same songs. You get this little bit of scrappy paper handed to you with handwritten songs which are in exactly the same order and exactly the same handwriting and they were 10 years ago when they started coming along to karaoke. They never change their songs. And they never change their songs, some people. No names mentioned, Ben Parker. No names mentioned, eh? Now, Craig's just sent me something, just a moment. Craig's watching on YouTube. There he is, watching on a big television there. That must be frightening for you to see me in such large things. Okay, now, in the Daily Mirror this morning... oh, you know what I did last night? Oh, God. So, I've got these two big... fabric conditioner things, and they're so big they won't go in the cupboard. They're a little bit too tall, so I've got them on the side there. I pulled a bag off the thing and one smashed on the floor. Fabric conditioner all over. It's a good job it's not a carpet, or it would have smelt nice, wouldn't it? I suppose that would have smelt really nice. Fabric conditioner all over the stone floor downstairs, so I had to get my mop and bucket out. And of course, it's not like water. It's really slippery stuff, so I had to mop the floor several times last night with water, trying to get this fabric conditioner up. But it does smell nice now, I'll give you that. To be quite honest, that floor needed a mop. Hadn't been done for about 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't got time to do cleaning, that's boring. I do clean occasionally. Once I see food has been encrusted to the side of the kitchen table or something like that, that's when it gets cleaned. It doesn't get cleaned. My mum used to be cleaning all the time. Do you? She'd clean all the time. I was always being woken up by a nice and lovely sound. It was a lovely sound of the hoover going up and down the stairs first thing in the morning. She used to hoover every day, my mum. She never stopped cleaning. Oh, Ben, you've said a name. Claude, that's the one. Same blooming old depressing songs time and time again. Badly sung, if you don't mind me saying so. Badly sung. And for some reason, he always managed to get people on his side. I don't know how. Claire is a Belinda Carlisle song, Leave a Light On For Me. I want to leave a light on for me. Da 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 da. That one, I know that one. Claire's coming to see Adam the Plumber tonight in the flesh. Well, there's not so much of it now, Claire, because he's lost a lot of weight, lovey. Although it's gone up 2 pounds this week, but that doesn't matter because he's lost a total of 5 stone. Yeah. Did you see me do my Slimming World bit there? We love that. Always look at the positives. Always look at the positives. Paul, I haven't got long to find my black. How many years did the palm reader say, Chris? 57. Yes, the palm reader told me well, he said he was. I don't think he was a palm reader. He was just a customer in a pub. It was Silence, actually. You know him, Ben. Silence told me. He looked at my hand and said, "Oh, you're going to die at 57." So I held up my hand yesterday for people. And if we've got any palm readers, if you could look at my hand, please, and let me know, okay, if I'm going to die at 57, because I'm a little bit concerned. I'm starting to get things in now, just in case it happens. But Weird City Citizen saw the show yesterday and wrote on the YouTube message thing, good strong lifeline, though a slight break in your 30s. Now the slight break in my 30s will be my burst appendix, where I was nearly dead. Nearly dead. Look, no one cares. Look, you're not bothered, are you? You're just laughing. No one cares. I nearly died around 30, I think it's 32 it was. 32. I had a burst appendix. Very nasty. Weird City Citizen says it doesn't affect your longevity, so the slight break in my 30s. I only know the lifeline, but we'll have a go at the rest. I'll put it here. You will have an affluent life. I see Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's. I see you splashing old dears in swimming pools. Not sure what that means. So there we are. That's what he's read off my palm. Anyone else wanna volunteer any information there? Do let us know. Okay. All right. In the Daily Mirror this morning, something that I've had a problem with for some months now, and there's no reason for it. I had a little, shall we say, an upset stomach. About three months ago now, I had a bad upset stomach, which only lasted for one session in the little boys' room, okay? We don't need to go into detail, do we? We don't want to. It was gushing out here! Gushing out! No. But it only lasted for one session in the little boys' room. It was gushing out, okay? And that was it. But ever since then, I've been having on and off the most dreadful wind here. Well, in the Daily Mirror this morning, it says 5 reasons why you're farting too much and what makes them smell so bad. Here we go, boys and girls. Right, this may help you. We fart on average 14 times. Now, that also used to be a swear word, you see. The word fart to me always used to be a swear word, but not anymore, apparently. We fart on average 14 times a day, but there are a few reasons why why the quality and quantity can change for the worst. And there's a little video thing there, and it tells you how the body works and all that. It says, whether you find farting funny, well, yeah, especially when it's my mate. When it's me and my mate, we find it hilarious. And when, you know, I'm 55, he's 45, and we're sitting there laughing like little boys. Whether you find fun, my sister makes me laugh. One of my sister, she's got sayings. Do you know what I mean? Sayings. And myself and my 2 nephews and my niece are always in great amusement over my sister's sayings. One of her sayings is, I don't find that funny. That's my favourite saying of my sister, because you'll do or say something that you think is absolutely hilarious, and then she just look at you and say, but I don't find that funny. Which makes it even funnier. Even funnier. Anyway, Paul also already says, I think I'm above average. I've done that already. Is that right? It says, whether you find farting funny, disgusting, or like to pretend you never do it, it's a bodily function we all perform. Also known as passing wind, among other less polite names, on average, we produce half a litre of fart gas a day. If everything is ticking along nicely, this fart gas is spread out over 15 daily farts. But admit it, there are times when it seems like you are exceeding this daily average. Now, why is this? Now, I said to you, I've had this problem for about 3 months now. However, after saying that, since Monday, touch wood, it seems to have sorted itself out. Dr. Patricia Raymond, a physician and a fellow of the American College of Gastroenterology, spoke and explained why some days are gassier than others. Firstly, why do we do it? Everyone does it with the average of between 5 and 15 times a day, according to the NHS. As for why, it's a physiological necessity. That's a long word, physiological necessity. We all need to release all that intestinal gas which builds up as a result of digesting foods. This gas can be found throughout the digestive tract, including the stomach, small intestine, colon and rectum. Gas is automatically accumulated as a result of swallowing air when we chew or talk. Now, I talk a lot. I think that's the problem. The build-up can also be caused by accumulating bacteria in our gut and carbohydrates, which hasn't been properly digested. In-flight farting, number 1. Have you ever noticed how you're a bit more liberal with the farts when you're on an airplane? And I have to say, no, not really. Not in business class, dear. I mean, they may do that down the back of the plane, but it don't happen at the front, my love. You can understand why it smells so much down the back, can't you? There is a genuine reason behind this. Research has shown how high altitude causes the gas in our bodies to expand. So that's why you get it more on a plane. Healthy eating, number 2. Not all the food we eat gets digested. Anything our small intestine doesn't process gets passed on to our large intestine where it brews. Unfortunately, we owe our smelliest farts to the healthiest foods. Fruit, vegetable, whole grains and legumes, that's like baked beans and that sort of things, are all generate a stink. Onions, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage and sprouts contain a carbohydrate called raffinose, which the stomach and the small intestine are unable to digest. Too much air. There are 2 sources of our farts. One is the gas produced in our large intestine. The other is the air we swallow, which makes its way through to our digestive tract. Terrible, dear. The good news is that if you're swallowing a lot of air, the farts, which are a byproduct, tend to be odourless rather than silent but deadly. So that's another one. There we are. Absorption. Now onto the silent but violent variety. This is me. When farts are particularly unpleasant, it may be because our bodies are having trouble absorbing certain nutrients. Oh, we all react differently to various food types, but the most common one people experience problems with are the sugars from carbohydrates followed by lactose. Well, that can't be me, can it? There's got a picture there of bread. Oh, it's got potatoes. I do like potatoes. Oh, and what's that called? Spaghetti. Pasta. Or 5, something more serious. The quantity and quality will differ from day to day, but Dr. Raymond suggests recurrent episodes of or gas and bloating that come with pain. No, I don't have any pain or other symptoms like diarrhea. I hate that word, diarrhea. Or constipation are worth talking to your doctor. Excessive and bad smelling farts could be symptoms of medical conditions such as IBS and celiac disease. Well, I've been checked for celiac disease and I don't have that. I don't have that one. So there we are. That's the problem. There you are. Anyone else got that problem there? That might be why. So it says all the good foods are causing this. Maybe we should just all be eating burgers and chips. No fruits, no vegetables. That'll cure the problems. Burgers, chips and beans. I could live on that. I could live on that. Mark says we know what's happened to Claude. We don't know what's up. Why has Claude disappeared then? I don't know what's happened to Claude. Where's he gone? Is he gone, Claude? Has he? Oh, tell me, Mark. You're telling me something I know nothing about there. Okay. Claire says, fantastic weight loss for Adam. I hope if you do die, we see it live. Would be the proper way for you to go. Thank you, Claire. I think so as well. I'm thinking of having a little camera inserted into the coffin so that you can actually watch me decompose. I think that'd be quite a nice little touch, wouldn't it? You know, so right till the very end, till I form dust. And I turn into a tree. I would like a tree inserted above me so that the roots penetrate into my decomposing body and then go up the roots and I can come back as a lovely tree. Hopefully not to get chopped up and burnt. I don't fancy cremation. Oh no, I've seen a cremation. Not good. Not good. Me and my mate, when was fixing telephones, was in Mortlake. And we were in the cemetery fixing telephones and I was with my mate. And he says, where'd you do the body burning? Oh, that's round the back there. And he's gone, oh, can we have a look? I said, oh, I don't want to have a look. Oh, yeah, come on, Chris, come and have a look round here. He said, yeah, lads, come round here. So I went round and there's all these ovens. There was about 9 of them, if I remember, 3, 6, 9. I'm sure there was about 9 of them or something like that. And they had little windows. And if you looked in the window and all you can see is a rib cage burning. Oh, it's gross. I said, well, what happens to these? He said, well, the bones just melt down. And he said, well, I said, do they all, like, completely decompose. He said, no, if they don't like completely decompose, we just crush them up in that over there. Oh my God, no. No. I wish I'd never gone. I've had terrible nightmares over that one. Paul, my nan used to fart every time she walked and blame the dog. My sister said about my nan, Nanny Hayes. Oh, she was wonderful, Nanny Hayes. Have I got a picture in here? There'll be a picture in here somewhere. Nanny Hayes, I'm sure. Where have I got my pictures? Are they over there? They used to be all up in front of me. There. Is that over there? Oh, no, it's my mum and dad. There she is, Nanny Hayes. Hang on. There's Nanny Hayes. This is Nanny Hayes in the middle here, look. There's Nanny Hayes. She was wonderful. Nanny Hayes. Mwah. I miss you. And my sister, when my nan used to stay at our house, and she'd get into bed with my sister, who was about, 10 years old or something like that. Very young. And my sister was always amazed how my nan could walk and fart at the same time. Nanny Hayes. She always had some peppermint creams and Fry's chocolate delight in her handbag. Always had that. And then she'd get out a little bit of money. Yeah, put that in your hand and don't tell your mother. Oh, Nanny Hayes. She used to take me to Bingo. Bingo in Lewisham as well. Funny, talking about Bingo, do you remember a few weeks ago, I'd been to Haven Holidays once again. I'm going again in September with my nephew and his family. And we played bingo, and I said, we need to, there's a bingo round here called Point Bingo in Bracknell, funnily enough. And I said, I've got to convince Ronnie to join us. We could go once a week to the bingo, either at night, it could be something to do at night, or perhaps a daytime, something like that, a bingo session. Anyway, yesterday, I eventually got round to going into the bingo place to join up. And guess what? It closes next week. Oh, God, it's been there 15, 20 years. And just when I want to join it, it's about to close again. I can't believe it. There's a little notice outside. Thank you for your custom. I'm sorry it's come to this, but we're going to be closing on June the 1st, I think it was, next week. Oh, so we've missed out there, haven't we? Presumably people don't go to bingo, and that surprised me. But there must be another bingo round here somewhere we can join. I love it. I love it. You spend about, as much as you want, really. You can spend £5 or, 20 quid on bingo tickets. And it's fun. Bingo is so much fun. I used to do a bingo night. I did this bingo night in several different venues, actually. We called it Bingay, and I had a stage full of prizes, and I played a bingo. And it was quite popular with a deaf group. We used to have a deaf group turn up, and the numbers would come on a TV screen, you see. They'd come on a screen, flash up the number on the TV screen, and then I'd read them out. Well, of course, the deaf people are watching the screen, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it. Big, when I say a big deaf group, I'm talking about 20 people. And they'd put several tables together and all sit round this table. They loved it. And they were really disappointed when it finished, unfortunately. But I did do it at several. It was a lot of hard work. What was hard work was sourcing the prizes. You were forever going out to source prizes. And I had CDs. I mean, no one wants to win a CD now, do they, I suppose? But I'm going back about 6 or 7 years now. CDs with electrical goods like toasters and kettles and things like that. And then we had the top prizes, which at one point were television sets. And the reason they were television sets is because everyone had started changing to flat screen tellies. Well, you could pick up the normal tellies really cheaply. I say normal for then, the big ones. You could get like a 20-inch big telly for 50 quid. And I would be going in these, it was Asda actually. I'd be going in there and buying 6 of them at a time. And they were flying off as people would win. I'll have the television, please. They'd buy that at a full price. And we'd have one-line prizes, which were like, CD singles, boxes of, the small boxes of like Roses Sweets or Quality Street. Perhaps a book or something, a couple of books and things like that. Then the second line prizes, they were big tins of sweets, like what you get at Christmas. unbranded spirits. For example, you might have like Tesco's own brand vodka. Okay, half. Half a. You know the big bottles and the half a bottles. Is it half a litre? A litre? I don't know what it is. But you've got the full size bottles and you've got the smaller half ones. Well, these were the half ones, unbranded half bottles of spirits. Okay. There were, say, 4 cans of lager, perhaps something like that. You'd have DVDs as the 2-line prizes. And then the full house prizes would be branded spirits. So you could have a bottle of Bell's, bottle of Smirnoff vodka. We had television sets to give away. Chart DVDs, chart ones, so, the top 5, that might be there as well as a prize and stuff like that. Yeah, it was great. Oh, I love it. And I'd walk around with a microphone and a red sparkly jacket on and read out the numbers and give it a bit of a laugh, a bit of a sort of comedy. It worked very well. But it was damn hard work, I tell you. Really hard work it was. I don't know if any of you used to come to that. Adam says, when you are in your box, would you like to in my coffin. When you are in your coffin, would you like me to keep you out of the ground and wheel you to Slimming World every week? Absolutely, dear. Absolutely. We can't miss Slimming World. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to go Tuesday, though, actually, because we've got the solar panel man coming. I've got a problem with the one that makes the hot water. It's not making hot water, basically. I think it's the pump. I think the pump's gone. But they've got to do various tests, and I'm having a service anyway. I'll be honest with you. For what I pay for electricity and gas, okay, I'll be honest with you, it's not worth having the solar panel fixed. It really isn't. I've been quoted about 850 quid. Yeah, I know. 850 quid to have this thing. It won't just be fixed. They give it a service. It's been up there 13 years. So, I don't know, really. But to me, it's not just about the saving the money. It's about the whole saving the planet thing as well. And I like to do my little bit, But they're coming up to do that. I'll give them a credit card. I haven't got 850 quid, obviously. But I'll give them a credit card and pay it like that. But, yeah, they give it a service. They take the whole thing apart, wash it out, and then hopefully put in it. I hope it is the pump. I hope they say, yes, the pump's not working properly, because if it isn't, then it's going to be something else. But I can't think what else it could possibly be. I can hear the pump making a noise, but it's not making the noise that it used to make. It used to be quite loud, actually. I mean, if you kept quiet in my bedroom, you could kind of hear a whirring noise. But I'd say, I was all right with that. It didn't keep me awake or anything like that. But only when the sun's out. So I'm hoping they're going to fix it. Is it worth having it fixed? Probably not. I'll be honest with you, probably not. No. But if it gets fixed and it goes for another 13 years, then yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm probably not worth having it fixed at all. I have very low gas and electric bills here. I'm a very low user, to be honest. Hello to my mate Ronnie, who says, people won the sweets. People who won the sweets, you would follow around like a bad smell until you got some. As for the drink, you should know, as you've been drinking so much. I don't drink, I'll have you know, Ronnie. When do I drink? 1 glass of champagne sometimes when we're having afternoon tea, which won't be happening for a few weeks, incidentally. Not after my massive outgoings yesterday. God's sake, dear. Save the planet. Save the planet. We've done the farting story. I suppose you've just switched on, have you? We've done the farting story already. Thank you very much. Blooming cheek. Good morning, Carl. Welcome along, Carl. Why haven't you been to my karaoke, Carl, on a Monday? Hey, he was coming along Monday with his mate, Carl, and someone else, wasn't it? I can't remember who it was now. Claire says the camera in the coffin idea is interesting. I've always wondered what goes on inside and how long it all takes. Well, I heard that when your body decomposes, it takes a lot longer now because of all the preservatives we have in our food. If you eat pre-packaged meals or something like that, it's always full of salts and sodium and mono this, that and the other, don't you? Unless, of course, you're like me, because I cook most stuff from scratch. So I don't suppose I've got the preservatives and what have you in there, really. And that's how it goes. All righty. If you're watching on, if you can see the messages on on Facebook, you'll see Ronnie Gardner brackets deceased. We've got this. Me and my mate have the worst, most vile senses of humour you could possibly imagine. And yet sometimes we have pretend rows. We have pretend rows in front of groups of straight lads. Yeah, we have pretend queenie rows, and the straight lads don't know where to look. It's hilarious. Anyway, I must pop up to the swimming pool shortly and go and see if my friend Sam Jenkins is there this morning. Ronnie, are you coming swimming today? I'm going to be leaving in about 10 minutes now. Right, let's do today's birthdays, gang. It's birthday time here on United Kingdom Talk, and happy birthday this morning to where are we? Paul Edwards, who does his own podcast. Good morning, Paul, and happy I think that's the right Paul, is it? One moment, please. Or it might be another Paul. Hang on a minute. No, it's not that one. It's another Paul. I ain't seen you for ages, Paul. Paul Edwards, who used to come again to Belushi's karaoke in Hammersmith. Are you married yet or anything? Do let us know. Paul Edwards, happy birthday to you, sir. Happy birthday today to John Roberts. Good morning. Ed Preston. Good morning, Ed. Ain't seen you for ages. Happy birthday, Ed Preston. Will Power, happy birthday, Will. Steve Humphrey, happy birthday, Steve. And Paul Winchcombe, who used to live here in Bracknell, but moved to Sydney, Australia, some years ago. And I haven't seen him for quite a few years now. I'm hoping to go to Australia next year, perhaps, maybe, Paul. Although something else has occurred to me. I've got an email from a disco cruise, and they got some wonderful artists on this cruise. Perhaps I'll read it to you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll leave it till tomorrow, and you'll see. It's a bit expensive for one person in particular. I mean, you can share a room. I'm not good at sharing rooms. I'm really not. I've got to have my own room, so I have to pay the blooming premium, don't I? But I'm considering doing a disco cruise next year, which is from Fort Lauderdale in America. So you fly there, and then you do your cruise, 7 nights, and it's got all these old disco and soul stars on there. Casey and the Sunshine Band, I know that's one of the artists. Village People are on there, and I'm a big fan of disco. I can just see myself dancing all night long. I don't need anyone with me. You know, I can dance all night long and just have a fantastic time. So I'm considering that next year. I'll tell you about that tomorrow. I'll save the email and tell you about that tomorrow, okay? So happy birthday to you all, gang. Here we go. There's a gap then, wasn't there? There was a gap. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I was just telling you about Paul then. My friend Paul, he used to live here. He met someone. He moved to Australia. And I don't think they're together now, but he's got a little hairdresser's down kind of the back, worked in a hairdresser. I don't know if he's still at the same one, actually. I must send him a message, see how he's doing. Yes, Angela, I think I'll be coming to Australia next year, hopefully. Not summertime, because it's too hot in the summer. Possibly, I'm not sure, Okay, oh no, Ronnie's going to get his new car. Ronnie's going to get a new car today. How exciting is that? A new BMW. Wow. And I might even see it later. Anyway, that's it for the show today. Thanks ever so much for joining us, gang. It's Friday night, so we've got karaoke tonight. I'll be hosting this at Central Station Bar, 37 Wharfdale Road, King's Cross in London, N19SD. Starts at 8:30 and finishes at midnight. So that's Friday night karaoke each and every Friday tonight at Central Station Bar, Wharfdale Road in King's Cross. Oh, we've got one more birthday here. One more birthday that's just popped in there for Doru Dorian, who says, "Hi Chris, I'm following you from Bergen, Norvegia." Is that Norway? Bergen, Norvegia. Norvegia. Let me just have a look. Norvegia. Is that Norway? I'm just guessing. No, oh, maybe not. Norvegia. Oh dear. Translate the page. Hang on. Norvegia is Norway. Yeah, I thought it might be. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Doru. I don't know how old you are, but have a lovely time in Norway, where you are. All right? Thanks ever so much, gang. I'll see you tonight for the karaoke at 8:30 at Central Station Bar. And enjoy your day. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio now.